Guys, welcome to today's video. I'm going to be showing you how to make a collage from an abstract painting today. So this is a really simple and fun project and it's based on one of my blog posts from a couple of years back now actually. It's one of the most popular ones on the blog. I'll link to the post in the description of the video. But yeah, it's a really nice project. Great one to use depending on whatever paints you've got available to you really. You can make whatever you've got work. So today I am using some heavy body acrylic. I've got these PBO brand acrylics here. So the Prussian blue hue, a bit of a mouthful to say, and turquoise blue here. So they're just like heavy body acrylics, and also some titanium white in the De La Roni graduate acrylic brand. And I'm going to be using a sheet of paper from my Canson XL mixed media 7x10 sketchbook. It's got a handy perforation which you can't really see very well, but yeah, so I can tear this page out really easily and turn it into a collage. So the first thing we need to do is to make a super quick abstract painting. So the way I like to do this is by finger painting. It's not for everyone. I know some people just do not like to get the paint on their hands, whereas I'm one of those people that really does. So you could choose to wear gloves to do this, or just use a paintbrush or a palette knife. It's absolutely fine. However you choose to do it, you really don't need to finger paint if that's not something you enjoy doing. So I'm going to make it really easy, just dotting some paint onto the page and then just kind of smooshing it, technical term, just kind of smooshing it with my fingers. So let's see how this goes. So I am literally just going to get my fingers in. I might need to go back in with some more paint. I kind of want to keep it fairly, don't want to blend it too much, so I'm going to have to add some more here. I love these colours. You may be able to tell if you've read much of my blog or looked at any of my artwork. It's all about the cool colours for me, blues and greens. Don't find much red around here, but obviously you can use whatever colours you've got available to you. Just a touch more dark blue up here just to create a bit more contrast. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna leave this to dry now, because the next stage is going to be to cut it up, so it needs to be nice and dry to do that. So I'll leave this to dry and then I'll be back later to finish this off. Okay, so my painting is finished, dried, and I've torn it out of my sketchbook, so that's ready to be cut into pieces to make into a collage. I've been thinking as well about how I might mount the collage. I'm going to try putting it on this background that I painted a while back in this sketchbook, just using acrylic ink actually. So it's just black ink, lots of water to create some of the effects here, and it was just a super quick background, just playing around with some ink. So I think I might see how the sort of, I feel like the blues might look quite nice against that. So with that in mind, and because there's quite a lot going on here and the paint here is quite sort of unblended, I'm going to cut my pieces fairly big for my collage, just so that it doesn't feel too busy, although I may still decide to change my mind and go for a blank page, but we'll see how we go here. So I'm just going to start then. I'm going to trim a bit off around some of the edges here, because there's a bit of sort of just plain white paper left here, so trim this down a bit. My plan is to cut triangle shapes out of this painting. So kind of how I did, if you've seen the original blog post. Get rid of these pieces first. So it's kind of easy enough when you've got straight sides just to kind of cut into it. And honestly, I don't really do this with too much thought. I feel like I say this a lot in like everything I do. I just kind of, yeah, just kind of cut triangle shapes out of it. Just because, I mean, it doesn't matter how it looks in the end. You can always trim it down a bit more if you like. I'm trying to sort of get a variety of shapes here, and sizes of triangle, see where I have some of the best parts of contrast, you know, things like that. So I mean, it really doesn't matter because it's just an exercise, but there's lots of potential. I have all my triangles here now. Actually, this might work over the 2 pages. We'll see. Still in shot there, yeah. So we'll see how we go here. So at this point, it's just a case of placing the triangles on the page wherever you like, really, wherever you think they sort of work best. And there's a lot of sort of trial and error with this sort of thing. So quite like that black part down there, so I might try and preserve some of that. That's another thing, if you're working on a background, you kind of have to see how you feel about the parts of the background that you've got, that you want to leave uncovered, should I say. And I quite like this sort of area here, so I might see about keeping some of that. And then, you know, I'm just laying the pieces on here just to see, before I start sticking anything down, just to see how I feel about how it looks. And I think that's probably the best way to go about it, so you don't, you know, certainly don't go straight in with the glue, because, you know, if you're anything like me, you'll change your mind, I don't know how many times. So you don't want to kind of get too far ahead before you're sure you're happy. I might actually cut this piece down into 2. So I thought that larger triangles would actually make this easier, but I don't think it is. I kind of want to fill in some of these white gaps on the page here, without covering up too much of some of the bits that I really like. Remember that you can always keep adding, but you can't take away so easily, especially once you've started gluing it down. So that is definitely worth bearing in mind. Now I need to get the pieces stuck into place. So for this I am using gloss medium, this Winsor & Newton Galleria gloss medium. This is really good for using as an adhesive, but if you have you know, any other kind of glue that you want to use, you can obviously just go ahead and do that. So I will speed this bit up so you don't have to sit through and watch in real time. There we are then, that's all glued down, all stuck into place, and that's it really. I'm really pleased with how this has turned out. I think it's a really great effect, the blue against the black, so I'm really happy with that. So it's turned out kind of how I hoped it might do, really. That's not to say that I'm gonna call it finished completely. You know, there's I always find when I'm working in my sketchbook that, you know, I might add a bit one day and then leave it for a few days, a few weeks even, and then come back to it another time. So I might choose to come back to this page at some point in the future, but I think for now I really like this. So yeah, that is how you make a collage from an abstract painting. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it really useful, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!